So the reason we don't do intros is because of my belief that, thank you, that nobody cares about you in marketing. You have to earn their trust.
Oh, I was heading home to my wife this evening, and I was worried about that. No one cares about us in marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah. But we should do it now, because if they're going to sit with you for an hour,
that's true.
I think that was a mistake on my part.
Or even 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No,
that's true.
Sit for an hour.
That's true.
Sit for an hour.
But this is busy season. You can explain why we call it that.
We call it busy season because sometimes, that's a popular expression with service businesses and even professional businesses, attorneys, lawyers, med spas, electricians, whoever it is. It's busy season or it's not. Well, our thing is, if it's not slow season, it's just time to ramp up your marketing.
Yeah, it's a marketing problem.
Yep,
I agree. And there are the natural ebbs and flows, but it seems like it doesn't serve you to believe that, despite it being true.
Yeah.
But you had an outdoor living business.
And there was what we called the slow season, but I was preparing the whole time. I was ready to ramp up because I knew March 15th, people are pouring concrete. It's time to go. And I wanted those leads. I wanted the contact. I wanted everything in place before, what people call the busy season.
Yeah.
Because really you're in business. You're not in, wait and see.
That's what I wonder because, I'm the one right now doing the sales calls. And so I hear it a lot. And it's a common objection, but it's funny because there are two reasons not to do it during busy season and slow season, but there are also reasons to do it during busy and slow season, whether from an SEO standpoint. Sorry, SEO.
Oh, SEO. Yeah. I was thinking marketing in general.
Yeah,
like
I was
some people say, hey, I want to do
general.
some marketing because I really want to get busy now. And you do have those constraints where you might have, did I interrupt you, Jack?
No.
Oh,
go ahead.
good.
Maybe.
Oh, good.
You're really good at it, so I don't notice.
Oh, yeah, I'm really good at interrupt. But people say, there's nothing wrong with doing a campaign and doing a push.
Yeah.
And you might need to do some marketing if you are constrained in that area where sales is down. So it might be time to push harder, but it's never time to stop marketing.
You think a local service business, and I'm only asking because it's very, very rare that I've ever heard this from anyone. How often does a landscaper, a roofer become supply constrained? Because I could see that happening pretty easily, but at the same time, I don't ever hear of it. It's mostly the recurring businesses that have that, like us.
Roofers have that supply constraint. How do you say that out loud?
Supply
constraint. Yeah,
but they don't have enough guys to do the work.
Roofers could have it if you're a small roofer and you like roof repairs especially. But however, most roofers don't want to do repairs. They want to do the big job.
When they sub it out, I figured. So it's probably not a huge problem.
It's not a huge problem. Where would we be? Where would service businesses be supply constrained?
Well, do you see it often? I don't. That's why I was wondering. I think it's more on the professional services, like the skilled law firm, dentist, that kind of stuff. That's where I see it. Accounting, because someone was asking me the other day. I was like, no, if you're an accountant, the biggest problem is finding more accountants. 100%. You don't need everyone needs it.
That's a true story. I think that some businesses are service businesses, electricians, plumbers are supply constrained, and they don't know it because it's just busy. They're just busy, and they don't. They're not maximizing profit. They're not taking on the right. They're not taking on the right personnel, so they're not creating the right jobs. So the big jobs, most of them are doing the small jobs because that's all they can handle.
Yeah.
So they're supply constrained, but they don't know it.
Yeah, and a lot of them, from what I've heard, they take the small ones in hopes of getting the big ones, but tend to miss out on the big ones because they don't even target it, because it's their friend Joe Schmo said, hey, you did mine for less than half of what everyone else charges because they were friends. And then they go tell everyone else that, which not ideal.
Yep.
But that makes sense. I'm going to switch the topic really quick because I had one.
I'm hoping
I had a few Google Business Profile things. I have an answer for this, but I'm curious what you think, just because, we've been getting asked so much about Google Business Profile recently. what's the biggest mistake people have been making with their Google business profile in 2026?
There's 2 mistakes. One of them would be they ignore it and they don't get it
Yeah.
right to start with, like,
Yeah.
they just don't have it mapped out correctly. Your common answer is, "Hey, I can spend 20 minutes, but I can't charge it for that." So
Yeah.
getting a business profile built out and then posting consistently and making sure that you're posting in the specific locations that you wanna serve and just making those mentions. But the biggest mistake is that they're hiring SEO agencies to manage their map result,
Yeah.
which that's, and maybe they're spending just a little bit of money, $500 a month. I've seen people spend as much as $1,200, and all the agency is saying they're doing is improving their map listing, improving their, and they'll add some cute terminology in there like, oh, geo thrive or something.
Yeah.
They just make up their, geofire. We got to geofire your listing, or and they'll just make up these terms and say that's what they're doing. Now, I'm not talking trash on agencies, but I'm telling you, that's trash. That's not gonna. So your
Yeah.
if your agency says, if somebody says we're gonna get you number one in the map results, and they don't have access to X, Y, and Z, which is the website, and they don't know how your overall search presence is, or they're not building a profile behind it, they're just
Yeah.
optimizing. Well, then you probably bought the wrong service.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because it's funny, they know what they're doing. They know because everyone wants to rank higher on Google. Like the number one question I get the most by far on social media is can you audit and fix my Google business profile? And I'm like, yeah. And it would take me 10 minutes and then you'd be done.
You're getting faster because it was 20 minutes
It was
last
20
time.
minutes before.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like it might be like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours the first time. And then after that, maintaining is just posting and making sure your NAP didn't name, address, phone number didn't go crazy somewhere else. But they say it as in, do you want help optimizing your maps, listing, Google business profile, whatever they call it? And everyone says yes, because that is what they want to rank with. But doing that is not what improves it. It's not what it is what improves it, but it's unlikely to get you number one unless you're in a really easy area.
Yeah.
That being said, we're gonna sell it soon. And no, we were talking about it because I had a call and a lot of calls, and they say, "Hey, can you optimize my profile?" And I tell them exactly what I just said. I'm like, I mean, it would take me an hour, and I charge you $500 a month or whatever, but I'd be doing like an hour a month of work. And really, you would need the website and all this and that to do it. And they're like, okay, so can you? And I'm like, I can't, no. But if they want, I mean, people would pay for it. And as long as I tell the truth about what to expect, I guess it's fine.
Citations go along with that. So
Yeah.
some of these
Yeah.
agencies build those citations for sure.
And there's value in that. I don't know on their own without everything else,
Right.
but I get ads of people selling to us saying, "Hey, we got this guy in Miami, number one on maps just by optimizing his profile." I'm like, "There's just zero chance that you did that."
Can you link to your profile from, external sources? Backlinks to your profile. Is that gonna boost up your profile? What do you think?
I don't see it hurting,
I'd say
but
for
I've
sure
never
it does.
seen.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say for sure it does. So mentions, brand mentions are gonna boost that
that I was gonna
profile.
say brand mentions more than a link to the profile, but I don't know. I mean,
And
that's not really a thing now that I think about it.
yeah, it's
It's
not a thing, but I think
citations, kind of.
sometimes, that's probably the number one, because people are gonna take action fast from a Google business profile.
Yeah,
And so, like, we link to it on sites all the time. We
that's
put
what I
it
was
in the
gonna say.
footer, we go, but they're already on your website. I'd say it's a great place to link. I think it's a good mix for your overall, search presence to link to that profile occasionally because people are gonna take action from it.
Yeah,
Um, Especially if you've got a profile that's built out well, and it's not exactly, well, it doesn't happen every time, but if you ask Google to give you a businesses should always get text messages, like
yeah,
a service business especially. If you're not getting text messages, you're probably missing out on business because some people are gonna want to, they're gonna wake up in the morning to get that, plumbing call done, and they're gonna call 2, they're not gonna answer, and they're gonna wish they could text 3, and if they find 3 they can text, they're gonna text them,
Yeah,
just to get, first come, first serve. Whoever responds first is gonna get the job, and so
it's
they
true.
should always get a text message, and if your profile accepts those kinda things, then, you then link to that Google Business profile, boost that up, and then it's always, I mean, a link always has some kind of markup around it, a brand mention, and I think all of those things can be cited, can be, and then will boost that business profile. It's all about engagement more than
That's
anything.
what I'm
So
saying. Yeah,
I only want to
texting
say
though.
one more thing about this, Jack, and this is very important. Businesses believe that there's a magic bullet or some kind of trick. And if you do those things, and you must know it, somebody must know the trick. The real trick is your customers need to engage with you. And if they do engage, then that profile is going to move up. And our website can cause more engagement and cause more, it's going to be your business is going to, if your business is found more often, your business will be found more often.
Yep.
And so that's why those AI over anyway, just on and on and on. It's more about the website. If you hire an agency to manage your Google business profile, their hands are tied if they're not also managing some other aspects of your business and brand mentions out there in the real world.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about. You prompted an idea in my head, and I forgot, but there's so much in the SEO side of the content, but we do forget presentation matters. It's like we were looking at some remodeler the other day, and we're like, they don't present super well. Like, I think we could drive a lot of people here, but we forget the conversion part matters, especially Google Business. If you're a roofer, they're just going to click call without looking, probably. But some niches will matter. I mean, I still think it matters for a roofer, but some matter a lot. And the other side is, yeah, the shortcuts. It's like, I feel like the further you get in anything, business or just anything where you finally get to peek behind the curtain or see someone really successful and be near them or achieve your own success, and you realize there just is never a shortcut. It's always the worst answer that you don't want to hear, which is, yeah, it's like I worked out every day for 20 years. That's the answer of how I got and crazy jacked. And it's like, damn it, I thought you were gonna have like one tip that would help. It's like there never is.
I don't
There's
know if
never
I have 20
magic.
years left, so
No,
just go with
you
what
got
I
20.
got.
If you start now, you got 20.
Also, somebody I follow online, I'd love to mention his name, but
Not
I
again.
don't want him to think that I'm kind of
Not
infatuated
again.
with him. But that pogo sticking. So if you get to a website, let's just look at two scenarios, and you tell
Oh
me which
yeah,
one's going to
yeah.
win. Somebody gets 10 visits a day, but 9 of those visits end in
Going
them
back.
jumping off of their site, going back to the search and visiting a second website. 9 out of 10 result in that versus someone who gets 10 visits a day and 9 out of 10 of them take some kind of action or scroll down or
I
stay on
say
the
get
site or make
one
a
visit a day and they
just
stay. That wins.
that wins 100%.
Yeah.
Because if everyone's leaving, so the conversion rate optimization is number one when we get traffic. So if we get traffic and everyone leaves, well, then you're not going to get traffic for long because Google's going to take that off that homepage and
Yeah.
and you're never going to get cited. You're never going to. So those things are important.
Also, I saw Hey Tony, the other guy, which by the way is a great guy. He's been doing similar thing that we've been doing with the tools. Like I forget what he had. It was like a backlink check tool, kind of like the Ahrefs one. Um, and he noticed that they rank and he doesn't have an H1, like he has nothing, but they still rank. And he said it's because people fill out the form to be able to do it. They fill out their info and then they submit their email or whatever you have to put in, like the opt in to actually get the result that you want from the tool. And he said that is the number one thing is people actually converting because they're looking at that. And I think we overlook that too of how likely is someone to convert because that if it matters the most to us, it's got to matter the most to them and for the customer satisfaction as well. They found a place that they wanted to reach out to. So anyway, just another factor.
How about a trick? Can I
What's
give
it?
you a trick?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I don't like tricks. But one of the
Really?
tricks is send your current customers to your website to take action. So if there's a form they fill out consistently or any kind of sign up or support or anything, if you can get them engaged with your website. So if you have a text messaging campaign where you're reaching out to your customers consistently and there's something they can do on your website to interact, well of course that page is going to get all the credit, but your website's going to follow.
Yeah.
So yeah, send them to your site as often as you can, even your current customers.
I wanted to do that more with ours, have more engagement with our site.
Yep.
We can.
How are we going to do it?
Just tell people they can't reach out to us. They have to go through the website
Oh, that's good stuff.
for a ticket system.
We do not do ticket systems, just in
Yeah,
case anyone's
that's true.
watching.
Oh, well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.